So yeah, I'm not saying like it's wrong. But yeah, just depends what you remember. WoW players have basically always had them, and it's not a big deal to them. No, I know, because like people are used to like the gatekeeping anyway over there. But I mean, like later when you get being gate capped by damage meter, I mean you ask for it. You know, NAU players is the one that asked for this, right? You ask for the gatekeeping, and now it's there. You just give people more ammunition to gatekeep you now. Like there is already like so big of a gatekeeping to begin with. Now you get bigger one. Locks are not good. Someone will make a lock for it. At like with with the meter being there means that locks will be there. Like it will be. I mean check like I don't know what was it, WoW head or something like that, FF locks, WoW locks or something like that, right? I know FF locks, but yeah. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, but basically this is how like it looks like. I'm not gonna like again. I'm not gonna endorse like the link or something like that. You guys Google it right there, cause I don't really like support this one to be honest. Personally. But you know maybe like in NAE you might need it as well, cause I did say it as well last time. But yeah, there you have it. What people want, right? You know the what their so-called MMO culture. So yeah. DPS meter would be nice if it was only yourselves, so it is easier to see difference in build on live content and not having to rely on dummy testing. Yeah, and then you go in and then like there is someone with there is a better gear than you, then you get shit on anyway. So yeah, because we failed. I don't know, Tavi. I don't think it has anything to do with it. But yeah, this is how it looks like. Looks very similar to like ACT right there for those that played like what's the name, Final Fantasy or like WoW basically. So I don't know. Personally, that's just how it is right there. I found this on Inven. Apparently, it's been out since like last month or something, but it didn't really like take off yet. But now it's out there. Smilegate, I don't know like what Smilegate stands on this because like we never had this issue in like Korea. So I really hope they stomp it down though, because like if they don't stomp it down, then they're gonna add like more and more add-ons later. You know, for the people that are disabled with like half a brain probably. But yeah, we do have DPS meters called the MVP board. Yeah, I know. Like for us in Korea, it's enough for us. That's why we never like look for it. Like we have the DPS meter on the MVP board. It tells you what it is, but then you can't be toxic because you don't know people's damage. Like here is the thing, right? When you're doing like let's say Argos or Clown, and then you see this right here, right? And then let's say like you like you wipe because like the boss takes so long to kill. What's gonna happen is you're gonna look at this guy, this blade right here, and then you're gonna tell him you're gonna kick him or something like that, right? Or that he's shit. So it doesn't matter. Like people's argument is that like, oh, it's good for the game, right? So you can like your own performance. Yeah, 20% of you is gonna use it for that. The other 80% are gonna use it to basically shit on everyone and gatekeeping. But gatekeeping is everyone's favorite stuff anyway in Lost Ark. So yeah. This is a third party Ternic. This is not like the game. The game doesn't advocate that as well. Like director already said they don't wanna put it in. That's not gonna stop like people from making like a third party though. So yeah. Too many bosses with different mechanics. Yeah, different bosses is gonna have different thing right there. But isn't that like what locks for? You know, you're gonna have locks that says Abro shoot right there, face a certain face, and then they will always have like let's say the whales doing like the 99 to like 100 percentile. And then since you're like just like a standard player, you're gonna be green. Then you're not gonna get accepted because you're green. Oops, sorry guys. You're green parser. So sorry. But at the same time, I would say that like maybe you do need this in NAU. So you can tell like how shit like certain engravings are. You know exactly what I'm talking about. You know exactly what I'm talking about. I'm against DPS meter because of what you said, toxic. Well, the reality, that's just how it is, People can say whatever they want. Oh, I'm only gonna use it to make myself better. You're not, man. Because like in your brain, even if you don't say it to other people, you do think that like, let's say you do Valton, right? Didn't meet the DPS check. You check the DPS meter. And then you see this guy is doing like, let's say 20% damage instead of like 40%, let's say. Then you're just gonna be like, okay, well, let's kick this guy. You might not tell him that this guy suck, but you just leave and then kick the guy, take someone else, right? and that's basically what's gonna happen. So you're gonna say that, but then like either way you use it for that, right? Why did the boss take so long? Also me look at DV. Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, like in Korea, we didn't need this because everyone has higher standard. We have higher standards when it comes to like DPSs, right? So we don't have any issue with it. But in like NAU, maybe you need it because those guys right there, those guys. But you know, so really what this DPS is for, at least we have that's exactly what this DPS meter is for. I don't know. DPS meter being there means that like logs will be there. Logs will be there means you can track like classes performance. Later on, it will like it can escalate. Some people will gatekeep class now, because like the top three classes, like let's say right now in NAU, right, pre-nerf, right, Mayhem, Berserker, Igniter, Sork, and what's the name? Search Deathblade, right? If you don't play these three class, you get gate cap on like certain parties. So yeah, I don't know. That's just how it is, right? I mean, like, it's the so-called NAEU, like someone said earlier, right? You know, it's the so-called NAEU MMO culture, right there. They always have that. Well, yeah, I mean, like, it could be your culture. Some culture are bad. So yeah, I'm not saying like it's wrong, but yeah, just depends what you remember. WoW players have basically always had them, and it's not a big deal to them. No, I know, because like people are used to like the gatekeeping anyway over there. But I mean, like later when you get being gate capped by damage meter, I mean you ask for it. You know, NAU players is the one that asked for this, right? You ask for the gatekeeping, and now it's there. You just give people more ammunition to gatekeep you now. Like there is already like so big of a gatekeeping to begin with. Now you get bigger one. Locks are not good. Someone will make a lock for it. At like with the meter being there means that locks will be there. Like it will be. I mean, check like I don't know, what was it? WoW head or something like that? FF locks, WoW locks or something like that, right? I know FF locks, but yeah, you're gonna find it ever there. Class gatekeeping sounds familiar. Yeah, Soulfish maybe like down there, or maybe like search post nerf, people's performance goes down, gets gate capped later. Some people will do it right there. You can't say, oh no, they wouldn't do it, right? Surely they wouldn't do it. Surely, right? Nah, they will. Some party will do it. Korea already does that one way or the other. Yeah, just do it with inaccurate data. With inaccurate data means you have like some kind of leeway, you know. Like like some of this class like does less damage, right? But now in NAE you have concrete data on that particular content, right? In like Korea we just like, okay, I mean like this guy is geared properly. Surely it will do good damage, right? It's still the same, right? But yeah, but now you have concrete data in NAU, which means later on, like when it is actually there, when this dust takes off and becomes the norm in NAU, then yeah, that's like that's on you right there. I just hope that this thing doesn't go to Korea. Simple as that right there. NAU can have this all they want. I just hope that like in Korea we don't have this. So yeah, Terranur, thank you for the prime sub, man. Thank you, dude. Appreciate it, man. Thank you. Surely, right? Need to look at gems, card stats, engraving quality, and parses now. Nah, you don't really need to, Lucifer. Like, you can ignore that gems, card stats, engraving quality. No, it doesn't matter. Open the logs right there. You see the number right there. The color is green. Kick. Don't care if it's like, they just changed their build. Now it's a proper build. Don't care. You check the parses. It's green. Right? Isn't that like what people do? That's always what people do. You don't care what their gear are.
Is there anything else?
So yeah, no, nothing. Heaven does
Oh,
more
alright.
damage than one sec. Heaven does more damage than Grudge.
Okay.
There is NA logic. I mean, like they will see it here later. So yeah, they will see it here, like how it works later. But yeah, I imagine that AGS small gate will cease and desist. I don't know what you mean by that. I mean, like, I hope, like, they say that, like, this is just straight up ban, basically. Using this is straight up ban. If you're talking about it in game, like, showing that, like, you're using them as well, ban as well. Like, in 14, basically. Because, like, if you don't stop this, they will add more and more and more later. So, yeah. Real damage breakdown for some fight, how people throw out guesses with no real clue based on pucks. Well, the thing is, like, gear matters in, like, raids, Peros, right? And if your gear is equal, then like MVP will tell you like how much damage you do. It doesn't tell like the other players for doing like that, so that you don't be toxic about it, right? Where is that from? I found this on Invent. So yeah, in WoW I do it 100%. Yeah. No, did I come from a game that DPS meter ruin it? I think like DPS meter by itself doesn't ruin it per se. No. DPS meter by itself, you can use it as a tool to help. It's people that use them in the wrong way that ruins it. That's basically what happened. So yeah. Hope they permaban anyone who uses this shit. We'll see. We will see. We will see. But yeah. You don't need them if you think you need logs to improve. You don't know how to improve already. Yeah, kinda. Like most of the time, like you can improve yourself because you should know already how it works. Even if you don't, then the training dummy is there in Trixion, right? So if you ask for like this specifically, then most likely it's because you wanna look at others' DPS, not yourself. Usually. Tell the creator to shut it down. Oh, I see. We'll see, I guess. We will see if there is a case. Promise you cannot stop people. You cannot stop people from like doing this, you know. I know for a fact that in NAEU you will get a DPS meter. It's just a matter of time, right? And yeah, you get it. Like 2 months into the game, you get it already, right? So yeah, some like third-party maker will do it, and you can't stop them. What can you do? You don't even know their account, right? Like you can't just ban like some random people. So yeah, maybe if they link a performance meter to roster. I don't think like wait, what do you mean performance meter to roster? How is Velgano solo at 3085? Pretty easy. So yeah, if you use this DPS data for your improvement and don't go around being toxic with it, should be allowed for players that use it for that. Yeah, of course. But I mean, like you can't just allow it then, right? Because you know that like majority will use it for toxic behavior, or at least it promotes toxic behavior. That's basically how it was in 14. That's how it is in like WoW as well, right? Yeah, you can use it as long as you aren't toxic in chat about it. It's not blatantly using it and everything. So yeah, and that's like what I wish they can do, because like you can't stop people from like using it. You can't like see like you can't get into like a client's PC, right? You don't know if this guy is using it or not. It's a third party, unless like you can maybe like ban it with like the anti cheat. But the easy anti cheat is pretty bad anyway. It doesn't do anything. So probably that's not gonna be the case. But the point is basically if you like talk about it, that you're using it, if you're being toxic about it, or if you stream it, just ban it already. I think like that's more important to do it that way. So yeah, I think that's more important. DPS in dummy stationary, sometimes I feel like it's nice to see how to play around it to improve your DPS in raid or in boss. Yeah, but it's not that difficult to do it, Xazinos, DPS in dummy means you have your optimal rotation. You'll have to change it anyway into raid bosses, right? And then the raid boss doesn't always do the same like pattern. So again, this thing, it just defeats the purpose of this, right? Some pattern, like sometime Argos starts the fight and sits there for like 2 minutes. Sometimes Argos jumps 3 times. So what? You're gonna say the damage meter or what? Like it's all random anyway with the raid boss, right? It just defeats the purpose of that. You shouldn't be allowed to look at others' DPS and only show your own. Well, the point about like the MVP is that's the case, right? Like if you're like doing like that much damage, you will be MVP, and then you'll get like this anyway. Then you would know your own number. Like you don't need this damage meter because you have this already, right? But that's how it is right there. The program is using prohibited methods to get its data. There is no API available. Interesting. Yeah, I guess like in NAU, cause like you have no API. In Korea we have API. So by that logic, technically we could use this in Korea. People in Inven are not happy about it though. The classic like NAU right there, ruining our game. Not all NAU, of course. I mean, like, I know, like, a lot of you guys will use it to improve yourself, yeah. But I mean, like, I know for a fact that, like, even if I use the meter to improve myself, I will subconsciously, like, judge these people, basically. And then when I see this, I check their engraving, and then, like, their engraving is, you know how it is. And then you're just like, well, I guess it's time to kick it, right? But again, I think, like, maybe in NAU you need it, so you can see how shit certain engravings are, Oh well, it is what it is right there. It is what it is. Think knowing how much you did exactly in comparison to others is good. For me, I'd rather to see how shit I am doing compared to others. It's understandable for that, yeah. But I mean, like, I don't know. I mean, like, the runner-up do tell you as well, basically, but they tell you a range, not the exact number. So yeah, I explained it to people multiple time already how like the MVP system like works on that one. You get like a title, like upright fighter for example here in like NAEU, that would be like 30 to 39% damage. So even if you're doing like a good damage, you will be up there and you will be there as certain thing, and then you can know the range of like what damage you do, but you don't get the exact number. So people don't be toxic about it. So yeah. Finally stop flaming for getting MVP with Stagger, yeah. Monstrous, take out the follow man, welcome that. Problem is it doesn't show you how much damage percent you did unless you are on the MVP screen. I know. It tells you the range. But you know, it is what it is right there. I mean like us in Korea we never had any issue with it. But now you guys have it. So if anything goes over there goes south right there, sounds like not my problem right there. So yep. The range is pretty wide, right? For upright can be as big. No. Upright is like 30, 39 in a 4-man content. In an 8-man, you halve it into like 5% range. So yeah, that's 30 to 39. 20% is like fighter. They're like the 20% plus right there for fighter. For 8-man, you just like halve it basically. Upright in an 8-man is like 15 to 20%. And then like above 20% is like cruel fighter. But yeah, the range is there, and we know that in Korea, so we never think that we need it. And like you can't really be toxic because you don't know the exact number, you know. Are they reasoning obviously to show more info? They did. They're going to do it, yeah. They're gonna do it, but like I've seen like the MVP screen from like the Loa on, and it's not as extensive as well. But yeah, blacklist on Discord server with my name on it. They're gonna have a wait. What do you mean? For what? Ball say. I'm like I couldn't care less if that is the case. Think a DPS is not needed because the game's view is too easy. Do you think a DPS is not needed? I don't know what you mean by that. So yeah. Not sure what you mean by that, Tigu. But yeah. 17% with that blade. Well, I don't know. That's the thing, right? See, here is the thing. See, this is the exact like example right here. You know. 17 with a percent with that blade, lul. Exactly what I mean. Exactly what I mean. You do a guardian raid, you see this. Salamix already says already. 17% death blade omega lul. And you're telling me that's not toxic. Like you wouldn't know their damage before, right? You would know that the Sork does like 39%, and then that's it. You clear the raid, great. Everyone's happy. But no, with this later, after you finish it, you finish the raid, great, yeah, everyone's happy. Then you tell the Deathblade that he's shit for doing 17% as a Deathblade. I don't know, maybe he's new, dude. Or maybe his engraving is not set up. Maybe he's running with heavy armor. I don't know. But the point is right there, that's what it promotes, right? That's what it promotes. Okay, fighter upright, you can be fighter with 20, upright with 39. Yeah, pretty wide even, but it can also be 29 and 30%. So 1 for 19% to 19% difference. Yeah, I know. It can be like pretty big in a 4-man, but the point is basically you don't know how big it is. So that like you don't Deathblade lul. So yeah, how do we get this? Google it, man. I'm not endorsing this one. So yeah. Honing is more toxic towards us than we to others. Oh really, Sigman? Damn, dude. You really haven't gone out, right? You haven't been in the internet for that long, dude. Haven't been in the internet that long, man. Karen with the 1 bit, man. Thank you, dude. We are not toxic. It's the blade that is bad. And that's always the excuse that they always do. So yeah, they always do that right there. It's always the excuse of everyone right there. So, you know, it is what it is, man, you know. This DPS is doing like 1% less than what it is right there. Kick this guy, man. He's useless. He's trash. Kick right there. Oh, we're not toxic. It's this guy that was bad. Oh, yeah, of course it's their fault, right? Not yours, right? Surely, right? Surely it's their fault. You don't need that extra damage because, like, you're already doing well anyway. But then, like, you kick the guy anyway. Yeah, surely it's that guy's fault. not us, right? Yeah, we're not toxic, surely, right? Nerf Sark. Yeah. Is it legal? I hope not. We never had this issue in Korea, and now in NAU it has this, right? So I don't know what Smilegate stands on this as well. Want this to flame others? I want it for myself to see my performance. Yeah, I know, but subconsciously we will see this, right? We will see the others. Subconsciously, you might not flame others, but you will see this basically. That's my point right there. Okay. Huh? Read and do basic math. You do 8-man raid. What info you have? Okay, well, I don't know what this guy is talking about right here. So, yeah. Don't want the game to have anything to do with this. Reading packets never legal. I don't know. I don't know if it's legal or not. I don't recommend using it. If you want to use it, go ahead. That's not my problem. But yeah. Yeah, Amazon's response is it's not right there. It's not okay, it's not clear basically, I would say. I think it should be clear that shouldn't be allowed on this or what, but yeah. But yeah. Is that the post salam mix, man? When does it switch from crit to spec? They don't. They switch to spec if you're running the wheelchair, yeah. In terms of our rules, any app that modifies the game and or interacts with it in any way that provides information that is otherwise unavailable to players is not approved. There you have it, I guess. I haven't seen this one actually. So yeah. So yeah. What is that garbage? You know what it is, nice guy, man. You know what it is. To be okay with DPS, really good to know that this is too toxic even for him. Okay, it's not that DPS meter is bad, I would say. I didn't say DPS meter is bad. It's the people that use it in the wrong way that makes it bad basically. That's my point right there. I didn't say DPS meter by itself is bad. Plus, okay, we don't need it in Korea. I think in NAU you can use this, yeah. You can use this in NAU. So you can see how shit people are. Because people try to justify their shit stuff. Because oh, I still do good anyway. Yeah, well, we'll see how much of a good do you do. So yeah, but in Korea we have different mentality. We have higher standards in Korea. Korea giving underperformance class, not as much. Maybe with this, it would have been. But pre PTR, pre changes, right? Maybe with this they would have. But before they don't, not really. Because they don't have concrete numbers on class performance. You have implicit bias in Korea even without meter? Yeah, I know we do. It's just now basically reinforced by this later if you have this. So, I'm not saying we don't have it. We have gatekeeping in Korea, just like you guys do in NAEU. I'm not saying it's not there. I'm just saying with this, you get concrete numbers now. So you have data to support your claims after that. If you deny a destroyer, because in the logs, in Lost Ark logs, destroyer is on the bottom for DPS. Well, we didn't know that before. That's why we just accept it because the destroyer is geared properly. But now you don't anymore. Now you see it on the bottom, you kick, no matter what gear they are, right? That's what I mean by that. We do have it. We have gatekeeping. We always have to do gatekeeping to begin with anyway. So yeah, once people get tired of wiping Legion raids with bad players, yeah. And some people take it to the extreme because they gatekeep class as well. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe you need it in NAEU. I just hope that this doesn't come to Korea. So yeah. Well, that's my stance on it. I don't think meter is bad. It's that people that are gonna use it for to gatekeep and toxicity. That's the thing that it's gonna be an issue. But maybe that's the push that NAEU needs, so that they understand that how much it actually matters to gear properly. But yeah, I don't know. For the DPS in 14, that's different, Lars. Don't know what I type, that's different. Because if you talk about it, if you flame someone because of their DPS in 14, you get banned. That's the thing. That's why people don't do it. Dude, they do it. It's just they don't type it, I do it as well. I don't type it though in 14. Because then if you type it, then you get banned. So yeah, toxicity is there anyway. Inspecting people can be as toxic too. Yeah, I know, but you don't have concrete data. That's the thing right there. Doesn't matter what you're playing, you're doing time and damage similar stats in Foreman Guardian, you're doing something wrong. I know it's class, I know it's player, it's not class, yeah. But I mean like now you have concrete data on the class. You don't know the player's skill, right? So you have to base it on something else. Isn't that why you check engraving and gearing, engraving stats and everything? Because like that basically gives you an idea on how the player gears. Now you don't need to check the logs. His sparse is green. Well, kick the guy then. You don't care their gear or anything. The guy's performance is green. Right? I mean like if you played like 14, maybe WoW as well, you probably do that. So yeah. No, I'm not. Just talking about like the meter right here. No heavy armor kick. No, that's the thing, Bolse. That's the thing that I mean that like, you know, maybe you need it in NAEU. Because like in NAEU, you will see how much less they do with heavy armor, right? Like you can clearly see it right here. You see this Deathblade, you check it, he has heavy armor search 3. Heavy armor search 3. Then you know, right? Okay, you know what? Now I understand. The streamer is right. Yeah, heavy armor is shit. Yeah. Before you didn't know that number, right? In Korea, we never had that issue because no one used heavy armor, right? No DPS use heavy armor. But in NA it's different. So maybe that's why I think like in NA maybe you do need this. You need this push basically. But in Korea, I just hope it's not there. It's not coming to there. It's not coming to Korea. So we'll see. They will put pressure on small gate. People will compare DPS in lower bracket of tier 3 where classes such as War Dancer are weak. I don't know how they will compare it, yeah. They'll probably compare it like based on like fights, like other log websites. Based on fights. So yep. And that's when you get the extra gatekeeping, right? We never gatekeep like let's say like what's the name classes because of their like performance, because like their performance we don't have concrete number on specific fights, but you will have it later. You will base the class performance based on like the 90 percentiles, because you will see that like let's say like this fight, right? Volton, let's say, right? And then you will like check like the class that does the most damage in Volton right there. And for some classes at the 90% percentile right there, you know, the Giga Whales with proper gear and everything, they're gonna do like this number of damage right there. And then they're gonna say, okay, this is the class that we take. And then you take that class, and that class is nowhere near geared as the whale, and then they do shit damage. But I mean like, the point is basically you're already gatekeeping, right? Extra gatekeeping right there. But I mean like, isn't that like what everyone's favorite is, gatekeeping? So yeah. Sometimes even correct bid, they still play like shit. I know they do. But I mean like, you don't know how they're gonna play. Whenever you're pugging, you don't know how people perform, right? The only thing you can do is base it on the info that you can get. In the current time, there will be engraving and like substats, how they set up their character. The inchik is how we say it in Korea, how you are perceived. But like with logs being there, you will transition to like logs are there. But yeah, we will see on how it goes later. Yeah. Doubt it can escalate to Lost Ark log meta. We will have to see, Mickey. We'll have to see. So yeah, because if Smallgate is not doing anything about this, then like it will escalate. Because like what are there for people to lose? They'll just try, right? Because to begin with, this gathering this data is not really legit. Yeah, sure, but then it is there anyway, right? People will make it, man. It's only a matter of time. It's only a matter of time. Please don't add. They won't add it officially. But you can't stop a third party someone to make it basically. So yeah. I should tell you how dare you call yourself when you bought the Arc Pass for the skin? Wait, what? Oh, I see. They called you free to. They called you like you can't be free to play if you buy the Arc Pass, bro. Yeah. I don't know. That's just how it is right there. That's a meter it is coming officially. No, this is a third party. So yeah, again, man. Okay, whatever it is, this is the meter that you have. Hope it's not coming to Korea. If it's in NA, I don't really care. Whatever. It will, if it escalates and gatekeeping becomes real. I told you guys like always, but you guys didn't listen. But it is what it is. So yeah, I don't think the meter is bad. I think Most people will use it in a bad way, but you know, I mean, like, who cares, right? I don't really care personally. But yeah, that's the meter, man. It's a third party. You guys Google it if you wanna use it. If you get banned, get shit on right there. I didn't endorse it. You guys did it on at your own like volition. So, yep. See you guys later. All right. anyways, let's go back to the game.